So today I want to talk about three things that Toby Keith knew that we all need to learn or remember. And it's sad to be saying new as in past tense, because if you haven't heard already, Toby Keith has passed away at the age of 62 after a long battle with stomach cancer. And let me just say right up front, my condolences to family and to friends. It's so hard to lose a loved one, but also condolences to the whole music industry, namely country music. Toby Keith has been a staple, an icon for decades now, and is definitely a loss. When I heard about his passing, I realized it's probably been years since I've listened to Toby Keith's music, unless it was just kind of in passing or on the radio or something like that. But I was surprised as I was thinking back through some of his songs. I was surprised at how many of his songs that I know. And if you are a big Toby Keith fan, or even if you're not and you just liked a couple of his songs, I'd love to know what your favorites are and why. So let me know in the comments below. But what I want to do is I want to share three things that have stood out to me, three lessons from a few of his songs that stood out to me that I think can help you. And the first is from a song going back 30 years to 1994 called Who's That Man? It's really kind of a sad song. I hate to start kind of on a downer. It'll pick up here in just a second, but it's really kind of a sad song of a man in the music video. He's driving around through his old hometown, old neighborhood, coming up on his old house, and he's looking in and he sees a family that he's lost, presumably from some dumb decision or decisions that he's made. If you know the song, you love it. If you don't know the song, here, watch this little clip about it, and then we'll talk about it.
That's my house and that's my car. That's my dog in my backyard. There's a window to the room where she lays her pretty head. I planted that tree out by the fence not long after we moved in. There's my kids and that's my wife. But who's that man running my life?
So like I said, it's kind of a sad song, but I think what Toby Keith knew is something that we all should learn, is that if you don't do what only you can do, you risk losing it. We all need to focus on what matters. There's only a few things that you are the only one that can do them, like caring for your family, loving your wife, loving your kids, taking care of your body, and in this, he's lost his family because presumably he didn't focus on what matters most. And in his case, he lost it. So the second song is from 2002. You'll know this one even if you're not a country fan. It's Beer for My Horses. It was quite a hit back then. In fact, this is probably the song that I sang the most, or the one song of all of his songs that I have sung the most. And the song itself is great because it's not just Toby Keith, it's also Willie Nelson. And the music video is Toby Keith as a detective. His father, played by Willie Nelson, is also a detective, and there's kind of this goofy, cheesy sidekick who's in it as well. But they're trying to bring in a serial killer, and they're singing about this major theme. But first, let's watch the clip together.
That justice is the one thing you should always find. You gotta saddle up your boys, you gotta draw a hard line.
When the gun smoke settles, we'll sing a victory tune, and we'll all meet back at the local saloon.
We'll raise up our glasses against evil forces, singing whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
So, did you catch the line? This is the main line. Justice is the one thing you should always find. I mean, we need justice. We need a standard for good and for evil. And more than that, we need something that can uphold that standard for good or evil. I mean, can you imagine if we didn't have a standard for good and evil, or if we didn't have systems in place to uphold good and evil? I mean, our societies, our communities, it would be in chaos. Humanity would be in chaos. So justice is so important. The question really is who sets that standard and how does it get upheld? Hey, if you are enjoying this video, if you would just hit the like and subscribe button. Apparently it really helps to get the message out to more people. So the third song that I want to share with you, lesson Toby Keith has taught that we all should learn from, is from a 2008 song called God Love Her. The song is about a preacher's daughter who is kind of torn between the values that she's grown up with and her boyfriend who's kind of a bad boy with a motorcycle. And at the beginning of the song, we realize the motorcycle wins out at the beginning, but as the song goes on, her boyfriend ends up having kind of this life turn. His life is kind of crumbling, and this preacher's daughter steps in with those long-held values to rescue him. Watch this little clip.
And then my gypsy life started taking its toll, and the fast lane got empty and out of control. And just like an angel, she saved my soul from the devil.
So I really love that line. The fast lane got empty and out of control. And the reason I love it is because it's just reality. It's just truth. There's just moments in life that hit all of us where we realize just how out of control we really are, how out of control we always have been. And sometimes life can be just like smooth sailing. Things are going great. You're performing really well. And then one of those moments happens, and it can be devastating. And it's where we really need wisdom. I mean, there can be moments in your life where you get a diagnosis, or a family member gets a diagnosis that totally throws things off, or maybe smaller than that, you lose a job, or the point is, and I think this is the message really of the song, or at least at this part of the song, is that we all need wisdom in life. Life can be very complicated. So these are just like three things that Toby Keith knew that we all should learn or remember. We need to focus on what really matters in life. We need a sense of justice, and we all need wisdom because life is so complicated. The problem is that we often don't think about what really matters. We don't think about what we really want until it's too late. And that's the sad reality of the first song that we looked at. And the second one, the problem is that we often don't know what the standard of good and evil is. We don't know who sets that. And if it's human consensus, that's going to lead to a problem. If it's human consensus, it's almost always might makes right, and that's rarely ever a good thing for humanity. And again, the problem with wisdom is, where do you get it? Life is complicated. And listen, I don't know what Toby Keith's faith is. I don't. And I don't know what your faith is either, but I'm going to just share from personal experience. Life is better when you follow Jesus. Jesus has a 2,000-year track record of helping people find the way in life, find the truth, and find true meaning and purpose in life. You know, and he offers all of those things to you. And I don't know what you may be dealing with in your life right now, but my guess is that you could probably use a more peace in your life. And so I just want to encourage you to put your faith in Jesus, because he gave his life to cover all of the wrongs of your life and my life and of everyone. He gave his life so that we could have the way back to the way that God, his Father, designed all things. And Jesus demonstrated that he was telling the truth by predicting his own death and resurrection and pulling it off. And why would we not listen to him? Again, 2,000-year track record. It's pretty amazing. So if you want to learn more about Jesus, I'd love to talk with you more about it. You can go to HustonOliver.com, click on the tab that says Jesus, and maybe we could set up a one-on-one conversation. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching this video about Toby Keith, and wish you well.